We're here with Linda Gridley, President and Chief Executive Officer of Gridley & Company, just off the stage at IAB Mobile Marketing event. You talked about M&A activity not, happening at this moment, but that it's about to flood the market. What will open those floodgates?
I think as the strategic buyers get smarter, that's the key thing, is they're really out there trying to figure it out. It's not easy. It's complicated. There's lots of different ways that strategic buyers can play the mobile game, and it's not cheap, right? I think, these prices are, if you think about, $70 million for Milo or 40 for Red Laser, I mean, these are baby companies, and so not everybody can really afford to sort of pay sort of strategic values. People have to really think about what that opportunity is all about and how quickly they can monetize it. So I think that's what will be the driver, is really education level, along with on the mobile side, companies actually proving that they are of scale, that they have something that really is mobile unique and exciting from a acquirer's perspective.
Do you think it's mostly going to be technology that buyers are looking for, or the talent from the company? What do you think is going to drive them?
I think it's both. So if you think about in the marketing, we divided mobile into marketing, content, social, and e-commerce and payments. And whereas in e-commerce and payments, I think the sort of technology will lead the charge, if you will. In something like social, I would say the team and the idea will be probably more important than the actual technology. And so I think it kind of depends on the particular sector in terms of what will actually drive the activity.
Speaking of the specific sectors, do you have a sense of what sectors would be most attractive for M&A activity, be it, gamification, social, content?
Yeah, so I think games is pretty easy for people to sort of understand and get their hands around. Okay, how popular is it? And so it's a pretty easy M&A decision. I think marketing is also a pretty easy M&A decision, because after all, a lot of people just look at mobile as sort of an extension of sort of online, and so those kinds of applications will get acquired earlier. I think payments is a lot harder, just because I think it's more of an infrastructure play. I think location-based activities around e-commerce, like you've seen eBay do, is also relatively easy to figure out, think about how quickly people have figured out Foursquare and those kinds of things. So it does vary sort of depending on what the sector is.
In contrast to the M&A market, the VCs are pouring money in. You mentioned that in the first 6 months of this year, they've invested close to last year's total. Do you see the makings of a bubble of any kind?
Well, they had the bubble the last time around, and a lot of people, as I like to say, a lot of people didn't make it to the promised land, right? They put too much money in, and it was too early. The difference now, I think, is that this truly is the promised land for mobile. So I think the opportunity is so big that I would vote on we're not in a bubble. I would vote in it's like a dog. You got to go put your pee everywhere. I think in terms of the VCs, I think that they should do a bit of that, because they might have, in a portfolio of 5 companies in mobile, they for sure will have at least 2 winners, maybe 3. So that'd be the way I would think about it.
One term you used on stage was use case development on steroids, and I thought that was really interesting. How does a buyer or investor know when to jump when the market is constantly evolving?
Yeah, so I think that is a challenge, right? But I think the good news is that it is still early, and so we don't really have to worry about that, because we're not putting $1 billion down for a mobile company. Maybe we're putting 50 to 100 to 150 to $200 million down, and so there will be plenty of opportunity to sort of monetize that, if you will, from an M&A perspective and a success perspective. So I don't think, it is app development on steroids, but I don't think we need to worry about that quite yet. We'll get there. We'll have to worry about it soon, but not yet.
With your view of the industry very close to the edge, do you see any trend in mobile that's not going to last independently?
Yeah, so I think not necessarily that they won't last independently, but when you think about capabilities, what will be unique to mobile, like, for example, social communities. Definitely you can foresee how mobile offers a unique device relative to forming social communities. Whereas in the marketing world, a lot of it will be much more of an extension of sort of an integrated marketing plan. And so I think when you think about things surviving, I think there will be a lot of consolidation in marketing for that reason, because people will say, oh, I need my mobile solution, I need my mobile agency, or I need my mobile ad network to go with my digital display ad network.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
Great. Well, thank you. It seems like a great conference, very action-packed and totally full. So congrats to you guys.
Thank you.